In a landmark decision that redefines the scope of personal dignity, the Supreme Court of India has spoken. In the case of Dr. Jaya Thakur versus Government of India, the bench of Justices Pardiwala and Mahadvan declared school hygiene more than just a policy. It is a fundamental right under Article 21. This ruling ensures that every student has access to the dignity and health standards they deserve, removing barriers to education across the nation. Justice has a new standard. Menstrual health is no longer a silent struggle, it is a constitutional guarantee. What does this landmark ruling actually mean for schools across India? First, the ruling. The Supreme Court has declared menstrual health an intrinsic part of the right to life under Article 21. Second, the mandate. All schools must provide free biodegradable pads for girls in classes 6 to 12, alongside gender-segregated toilets and hygiene management corners. Finally, the impact. This judgment breaks the chain of structural exclusion, ensuring that no girl faces a disadvantage simply because of her biology. Dignity, autonomy, and education, now protected by law. For too long, a biological reality has been converted into structural exclusion. Girls face a double disadvantage: economic barriers to hygiene and a gendered gap compared to their male peers. This creates a domino effect, from lack of hygiene to absenteeism, eventually leading to permanent life inequality. To break this chain, the Supreme Court mandates free biodegradable pads and gender-segregated toilets in all schools. Because menstrual health isn't just hygiene, it is an intrinsic part of the right to life. Why is menstrual health a matter of the Constitution? It rests on 4 unshakable pillars. First, equality. The absence of hygiene creates a structural disadvantage for girls that violates Article 14. Second, dignity. Under Article 21, the right to life requires living without humiliation. Finally, opportunity and education. Inaccessibility strips away the right to participate and learn on equal terms. This isn't just a policy, it's the law of the land. Equality isn't just about treating everyone the same, it's about accounting for the differences that hold people back. The Supreme Court rules that the state must move beyond formal equality. Treating menstruating and non-menstruating students identically only perpetuates inequality. The state is now legally obligated to act as a benefactor, removing institutional barriers like stigma and lack of hygiene. By addressing these deficiencies today, we prevent temporary exclusion from turning into permanent life inequality. True dignity means more than just a legal status. It is the right to live without humiliation, exclusion, or avoidable suffering. By linking menstrual health to Article 21, the court protects bodily autonomy. Forcing students to use unsafe materials, like cloth or ash, is a violation of their rights. This isn't just about hygiene. It's a medical necessity to prevent reproductive tract infections and long-term risks like infertility. Privacy and health are now inextricably linked to the dignity of every girl in India. Education is about more than just a seat in a classroom. It is about the mental state required to learn. Without proper hygiene, girls are burdened by the anxiety of exposure, the constant fear of leakage and embarrassment that discourages them from staying in school. The court recognizes that inaccessibility strips away the right to participate on equal terms. If the playing field isn't level, the right to compete is a myth. By ensuring menstrual hygiene, we secure every girl's fair chance to acquire the skills for a better future. Education is the multiplier right. It is the key that unlocks health, dignity, employment, and autonomy. But for a right to be truly free, it must be free from more than just tuition. It must remove the financial barriers that prevent attendance. The Supreme Court's mandate for free pads is an affirmative measure, ensuring no child is forced to choose between their health and their future. Systemic exclusion ends here. When we protect the right to learn, we protect the right to a life of dignity. The Supreme Court has delivered a clear directive to bridge the reality gap in Indian schools. This landmark ruling mandates free biodegradable pads for girls in classes 6 to 12 and the creation of dedicated hygiene management corners. But it doesn't stop at supplies. Every school, public and private, must now meet a strict infrastructure checklist. We are talking gender-segregated toilets, usable water, soap, and full accessibility for students with disabilities. Because equality isn't just a right on paper, it's built in the hallways of our schools. Access is the final bridge between a legal right and a lived reality. The court mandates that all adolescent girls in classes 6 to 12 receive oxo-biodegradable sanitary napkins, free of cost. Distribution must be discreet. Schools are directed to use vending machines or designated private areas where access is not visible to others. By protecting students from embarrassment, the law ensures that hygiene management is treated with the privacy it deserves. Education and health delivered with dignity. A period shouldn't be a reason to leave school midday. To address menstrual urgency, the court mandates MHM corners. These dedicated spaces act as a safety net, equipped with a mandatory inventory of spare innerwear, uniforms, and disposable pads. This infrastructure is specifically designed to eliminate the fear of staining and the resulting absenteeism. Because when schools are prepared, students can focus on their education instead of an unexpected period. A complete hygiene system must include a safe way to say goodbye. The Supreme Court mandates a strict disposal cycle, from covered bins in every toilet unit to safe collection and environmentally compliant disposal. Maintenance isn't optional, it's mandatory. Regular cleaning ensures these systems remain safe and hygienic for every student. By following the latest solid waste management rules, we protect both our students' health and our planet's future. Sustainable hygiene for a stronger India. A landmark ruling is only as strong as its enforcement. The court has established a clear chain of command for accountability. While the union government formulates national policy, states and UTs are responsible for the funding and execution of specific action plans. Schools, both government and private, are the direct implementers, and the stakes are high. Private schools face derecognition for violations, while the state is held directly liable for failures in government institutions. From the courtroom to the classroom, the right to dignity is now non-negotiable. Infrastructure is just the beginning. The ultimate goal of this ruling is a profound cultural shift. It calls for boys to be sensitized to normalize the conversation, and for teachers to be empowered as helpers rather than bystanders. It asks parents to recognize the impact of their silence on a child's dignity. We are creating an environment where no girl hesitates to ask for help, and menstruation is never again a source of shame. Dignity is a collective responsibility. We close with a message from the heart of the court. Justice J.B. Pardiwala spoke directly to those long silenced by structural exclusion. We wish to communicate to every girl child who may have become a victim of absenteeism. Because her body was perceived as a burden when the fault is not hers. This judgment ensures that biology is no longer a barrier to destiny. The law has moved, now society must follow. Because her dignity is our collective promise,